After a few years of absolute insane housing market, the year 2024 is just around the corner. And with it comes the speculation and debate about the state of the housing market. There are numerous factors being considered by the economic experts that may or may not lead to a housing market crash in 2024. In this video, we will take a closer look at some of these key factors mentioned and debate their potential impact on the housing market so you can decide for yourself whether 2024 will be a year we finally start to see a home price tank or another year of tremendous growth. Let's dive in. Hello everyone, my name is Bojie He, your local Bay Area real estate agent. Today, I want to make this video to talk about the state of the real estate market as we're moving to 2024. Understand that nobody has a crystal ball on the future of the market, but I'm still just curious as what do you think? So comment down below and let me know what your market is doing and what you're seeing. Also, if you have any questions about real estate in general, feel free to reach out and my information is also down in the description. Would love to chat with you. So let's get started. The real estate housing market is a simple logic, supply-demand relationship, and the local buyer's affordability. The supply-demand determines whether the house is selling for more or less than the asking price, while the local buyer's income level determines the average home price range. So, in order to see a market crash, there needs to be less demand and supply, and the buyer's buying power also reduces. The economic experts are examining several economic factors and indicators that may directly affect the supply demand, like mass foreclosures, or buyer's income, like mass layoffs. So let's take a look at each one. Number one, speculative bubbles. One factor that is often raised in discussions about a housing market crash is speculative bubbles. Some argues that investors and speculators view real estate as a quick way to make money, driving up the price, which is seemingly the case in certain markets where the price have been driven up by out-of-state investors, therefore creating a bubble. However, that is important to remember that not all real estate speculation is harmful. Responsible and careful planned property investments are still the majority activities based on today's much stricter lending guidelines, which can contribute to economic growth. And it is not necessarily a sign of an impending crash. Number two, economic downturn and inflation. Now, inflation can put pressure on household finances, leading to increased reliance on credit cards, potentially draining savings account, ultimately causing more buyers not being able to buy and more sellers wanting to sell. But it is important to consider a broader economic context. The housing market's health is not solely dependent on the inflation. Yes, the price has gone up in many areas, but so are incomes and home equities. Inflation alone may create some additional inventories for reasons above mentioned, but it won't be the direct reasons of mass foreclosure or mass job layoff. Number three, interest rates. Rising interest rates have been a point of concern. However, interest rates are just one variable in a complex equation. While higher rates may deter some buyers, it is also making less sellers willing to put their homes on the market, as we have seen this year, creating an equilibrium between a buyer demand and a seller supply. With higher rates comes with more creative financing, such as the rate buy downs and massive relationship discounts that some lenders offers. These are all ways around the high interest rates. Of course, if the rates continue to go up rapidly, it would further reduce buyers' purchasing power, which could put more pressure on home price appreciations. But to say that the market will crash due to rate hike, that is too soon. Number 4, overbuilding. Basically, if the builders have built way too many houses that they can sell, they will have to drop the price and hence negatively impact the home prices in the area. Well, the fear of overbuilding is rooted in past experiences. However, the post 2008 era brought significant changes in the builder's practice and more cautious approach. Current trends are more about demand-driven construction, and builders are more focused on larger, cost-effective homes, which can eventually help balance the market. Moreover, the population grows and demand rises. The current builder supply is far from enough for the consumer's demand in most markets, especially markets like San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle, where there's simply not enough lands to build anything. Number 5, tightening of credit standards. The tightening credit standards can indeed affect housing demands. However, responsible lending practices are crucial to maintain a stable market. The 2007 to 2008 housing market crash was because of irresponsible lending practices. Lots of liar loans were funded with very little down payment required and almost no strict verification of buyer's application. So I see the tightening of credit standards necessary to ensure that only those who can truly afford a home can qualify for a mortgage. And number 6, homeowners insurance. The rising homeowners insurance costs can be a financial burden for homeowners. However, their impact on the entire market is limited. I mean, after all, those who can truly afford a home will still buy, and they're not going to let the extra $100 to $200 per month premium increase deter them. Now, a lot of people are speculating whether another housing crash like 2008 will happen or not. I'm going to say no, and here's why. You see, overall, the housing market crash in 2008 was due to conditions that don't exist in today's environment. The condition previous to 2008 was that a lot of homes didn't have equities due to the loose lending guidelines. A lot of people over leveraged their equities and bought homes that they could only afford if the price continues to appreciate. In other words, a lot of homes had close to zero equities, and the only way to keep the home is if the owners still have a job or still collecting rent. And without having equity or cash flow, it was a really easy decision for the owner to walk away from mortgage and hence creating a massive foreclosures. With every neighborhood having 70 to 100 homes for sale at 50% discounted foreclosure price, the supply and demand quickly tipped over to favor buyers, and some markets saw 80% home price drops. But certainly, markets with high incomes and primary homes only saw as little as 10% drop because in neighborhoods like that, most homes had tons of equities and the owner would truly be able to afford to live there. So if you're wondering if 2008 type of crash is going to happen to us in the near future or not, I would say it's unlikely because most of the homes in America have tons of equities and no triggering of massive wave of foreclosure in the residential home market. In conclusion, while these factors are worth considering, they should not be taken in isolation when predicting the fate of the housing market. The housing market's future is always uncertain as it is a very complex ecosystem influenced by numerous variables that you should look at holistically. That includes supply, demand, economic conditions, and consumer sentiments, basically feelings. Now, let me know how you feel about the housing market going into 2024. Do you think that the market is going to crash or continue to go up? Let me know in the comment sections. Again, my name is Bojie He, your local Bay Area real estate agent here. If there's anything I could do for you in real estate, feel free to reach out and I would love to chat. See you on the next one.